Uh, Hi, my dear students. Today we are going to discussing about the topic of demographic features. That means demographic features means India's demographic features. Demography means demography is a science studying only population. Demography is a science studying population. So demography is the term related to population. So we are going to discussing about today demographic features of our India. So demography in the sense, demography already told, demography is related to population studies. So demography in the sense population. So what about India's population? What about the population trends and the population size, population growth and composition? And also, what about the population impact on our economy and population growth and explosion? What are the impacts of our population growth and impacts? What are the impacts on Indian economy of population growth and explosion? So population growth and population explosion both are impact on our economy. So this is also called socio-related problem. So we are going to discussing about what about our population size, growth, composition, and what about the impact of population growth and explosion of our economy, and what about our population and what is called population in our economy. Population in the sense, we know, first of all, we know population size, growth, composition, and trends, and population impact implications. So these are the most important aspects in this topic. Before we going to discuss these demographic features, we observe our population trends. So our population trends, the last census data available, 2011 data available, but after 2011 census, the coming census is 2021, but there is a delay due to corona pandemic situation. But we are observing firstly, what about our 2011 census projections, and then and also latest 2019 projections also, the projections was estimated by United Nations Development Program Organization. But first of all, we observe what are the projections, what are the projections of population according to 2011 census. We observe in PPT. But first, population projection in India. So according to 2000 census, the total population of the country is almost all 121 crores. But now the latest 2019 trends, according to UNDP projections, our population reaches 133 crores. But basically, we followed 2011 census data and also some other latest projections. So according to 2011 census, the population is 121 crores. So decadal growth rate is 17.7%. Decadal growth rate means in the sense from 1991 to from 2001 to 2011. So 2001 to 2011 decade is called decadal growth rate. But throughout total 10 years growth rate is 17.7%. That means every 100 people or every 100 people, 17.7% people are added to our population. That is called growth rate. And our population percentage in total world population is every 100 world population, our population contributes to almost all 18%. In the PPT, 17.5%. So this is the major projection. In world population, in every 100 people, Indians are 18 Indians are per every 100 people. So out of 100 people in world population, 18 people are Indian people. So this is the highest share of the India to contribute to world population after China. And next, what about rural and urban population ratio? So in India, major areas are populated areas are rural population areas. So rural population is 69% out of 100. Urban population out of 131 people. And another next data is sex ratio. This is called sex ratio. Sex ratio means every 1,000 males, and every 1,000 females. But that means what about the females per every 1,000 males? For example, every 1,000 males, female population is 943 only. That is called sex ratio. So sex ratio explains female number of the every 1,000 males. Female figures of the every 1,000 males. That is called sex ratio. So every 1,000 males, females are 943 only. So there is a gap. Almost all 57 females are gap. So this is the trend. There is an imbalance between males and female. That is called sex ratio. And child sex ratio. Child sex ratio means from birth to 6 years up to school going age. That is called child sex ratio. Boys and girls. So that is also pre-primary age group kids. So child sex ratio almost all 919. Every 1,000 boys, girls are only 919 girls. 919 girls are there every 1,000 boys per 1,000 boys. So this is the sex ratio, child sex ratio, 0 to 6 years. And we are going to observe next PPT, our density of population. So density of population 382 per square kilometers. In our India, every square kilometers density of population is 382 members. Every square kilometers in our area, 382 people are there in our India. So this is a huge density compared to some other countries, America, Russia, Canada, France, Italy, Germany. It's a very high density. And we are observing total workers. Workers means working people. Out of 133 crores of population now in India, 48.17 crore. That means 48 crores, 70 lakhs of people are workers. So total workers, skilled and unskilled workers, both are existing in this category. But the labor force, 48.43 crores. But out of 48.43 crore labor force, workers are only 48.17 crores. So remaining are existing some other areas. Remaining are existing in other occupations. And we observe birth rate in our India per every 1,000 population, birth rate 20.4. 20.4. And death rate is 6.4 per 1,000 population. So there is a gap between birth and death, that almost all 14% gap. So these 14% contribute to highest growth rate of our population. This is the important factor. There is a difference between birth and death. We observe, everybody observe in the PPT, in the slide. What about the difference between birth rate and death rate? So birth rate is 20.4 and death rate is 6.4. So there is a 14%, almost all 14% difference. This difference contributes to more population growth to our economy. And next important thing, the total fertility rate per woman. So in India, every married woman fertility rate per woman about 2.3. So this is also one of the sign of highest growing of our population. Now our Indian government exposes in this criteria one or none criteria. That means one child or none. But our fertility rate is now 2.3 per woman. So this is also one of the major population growth trend. And another one is maternal mortality rate. Maternal mortality rate 174 per 1 lakh live births. Maternal mortality means mother's death at the time of birth. Mother's death at the time of birth. That is called maternal mortality rate. For every 1 lakh pregnant women, 174 pregnant women are due to lack of some other medical and health facilities are died. So 174 deaths are recorded out of 1 lakh pregnant women. So this is also one of the major drawback. And now infant mortality rate. Infant mortality means from birth to 5 years. How many children are deaths? How many children are died? So what about the children percentage for 1,000, every 1,000 live births? 40.5 children per 1000 live births are recorded in death category. For example, every 1000 births, almost all 41 children are died. So this is the one of the main drawback. And another one is the child mortality rate. Child mortality, this is also 0 to 5 years, 42 per 1000 children. Infant mortality, child mortality. Infant mortality means at the time of birth. At the time of birth, every 1000 live births, death rate of kids. Child mortality 0 to 5 years. And the next, what about our lifespan of average of our Indian people? Life expectancy, that is called 68.5 years. The Indian people average, on average 68, almost all 69 years are alive. Up to 69 years, those are alive up to 69 years. So this is the one of the main drawback. So due to lack of medical and health and sanitation, other facilities, and degraded environmental facilities, etc. So in males, 67.3 years life expectancy is there, and female 69.3 years life expectancy. So this is the life expectancy of males and females. Males are 67.3 years life expectancy, female 69.3, average 68.3, both in male and female. So that is life expectancy data. And the next, we are observing some new population prospects. New population prospects in 2019. Population, according to 2019 population projections, population is 33 crores, density 500 per square kilometers, and growth rate is 1.1%, and birth rate is 18.2 per 1000 population, and the death rate 7.3 per 1000 population. This is also new prospects of our population. And life expectancy 69.7 years, male life expectancy 68.4 years, female life expectancy 71.2 years. So fertility rate per woman 2.35 children, and infant mortality rate per 1000 live births. How many deaths are in infants? Almost all 29.94 deaths. So infants means at the time of birth, those who children got death, that is called infant mortality. So at the time of birth, 29.94 deaths are recorded. Almost all 30 deaths per 1000 live births. And sex ratio per 1000 males, 944 males are there. That is called sex ratio. And decadal growth rate also 17.7%. And some other key factors, population distribution by state, union territories, and almost all states and union territories overall category wise ranking. Highest population in our India is UP, 16.5%. Out of every 100 people, 16.5% people are in Uttar Pradesh. So lowest population, Lakshadweep, 0.01% only. And we are also observing literacy rate of our India. Overall literacy rate in our India is 74.03. 74.03. So male literacy is 82.14. 82.14. Female literacy is 65.46%. So these are the literacy trends. And one more, some other information. According to our population projection, so India occupies 2.4% of world population. India occupies 2.4%, 2.4% of world area. So area global ranking in 7th place, supports 18% world population. This is the correction in the PPT. India occupies 2.4% of world area, not population. And area global ranking is 7th place and supports 18% world population. And now we are observing during 1975 to 2010, the population has doubled to 1.2 billion. That is called 1.2 billion means 100 crores. 1.2 billion means 120 crores. From 1975 to 2010, the population doubled to 1.62 billion. Doubled means 60 billion to 60 lakhs to 120 lakhs. That is called 1.2 billion population. 75 to between 2010, that means 35 years, almost all. The population doubled from 60 lakhs to 120 lakhs. That is called 1.2 billion. 1 billion is equal to 100 crores. So 1.2 billion means 100 plus 20. 120 lakhs. 120 lakhs. So now India reached billion mark. Billion means already I told 100 crores. Billion means 100 crores. So reached billion mark in 1998. India's population reached in 100 crore mark, billion mark. And also India projected world's most populous country by 2024. After 2024, India crossed the China's ranking. China goes to second rank. India got by 2024 first rank in the world's population. So India is projected world's most populous country by 2024. First place beaten by China. Second place China after 2024 to reach 1.7 billion by 2050. So after up to 2050, India's population to reach 1.7 billion. That means 170 lakhs of people. 1.7 billion means 170 lakhs of people. 170 lakhs of people. So in this population criteria, our main asset is youth population. Almost all 133 crore population. Our youth population average is 29 years of age group. So these 29 years of age group population, youth population are big asset to our economy, big asset of our human development. So big asset of our country's contribution of socio-economic and social infrastructure development. So these people are contribute to more growth, added to more growth of our economy. So these people are continuously effort to our economy. This is one of the most advantage of our economy. And size and growth rate population in India, 110 years of population increased by 974 millions from 1891 to 1921, 236 millions to 251 millions. from 1891 to 1921. And 1921 to 51, from 251 million to 36 million population. And from 1951 to 81, 361 million to 683 million population. And during 1981 to 2011, from 683 million to 1290 million population. So these are the some population projections to our India. So these population projections are observed very interesting manner. What about our population projections to contribute our nation? And also, what about the age composition? So age composition means proportion of labor force in the total population. So this is also one of the most important. So age composition contribute to working age population of our economy. For example, working age population means 15 years to 60 years. This is called 15 to 60 years is called productive age group. So this is also most important. So demographic dividend is likely to manifest is the increasing the working age of 15 to 60 years. So 15 to 60 years working age group people are called demographic dividend. So demographic dividend will depend upon improving health facilities as well as increasing human resource development, health, education, etc. So arise in the rate of economic growth due to rising share of working age population is called demographic dividend. So demographic dividend in the sense age composition of the working age population, that is called 15 to 16 years. And the proportion of labor force in the total population is drastically increases from 1980s and 90s onwards. So the sex ratio also improved moderately in our economy, in our India, and also contribute to more human resources to our economy. And another one is what about the ratios? What about the projections? This is the important of our population projections. Already we see in the PPTs population 2011 projections and 2019 projections. And now we are going to discuss another topic. What about population implications on Indian economy? So what about the population growth and explosion impact on our economy? That is called population implications on Indian economy. So the following are effects of population explosion. For example, investment requirement. So investment requirement means invest in new industries, services sectors. So that is called investment requirement. And capital formation. Capital formation also related to investment. So more capital leads to more investment. More investment leads to more employment. More employment leads to more income. More income leads to more saving. More saving leads to more investment. This is the link between investment, saving, and capital. and also per capita income. So per capita income also plays most important role to our economy to improving capital and investment. And more population increases, growing of more population faces more food problems for especially shortage of food grains. Sometimes India faces shortage of food grains. India imported from uh, necessary food grains from America, etc. So this is the problem of overpopulation and explosion, and also unemployment, and also unemployment. Unemployment also one of the major problem. So unemployment and poverty both are twin problems. Both are twin problems of our economy. Both are interdependent and twin problems. And poverty also. So these unemployment problem and poverty problem leads to low standard of living. This is also most important. So low standard of living leads to low consumption levels. Low consumption level leads to low demand. Low demand leads to low employment opportunities. So these are the interlinks. These are problems comes from arising of overpopulation and population explosion, and also burden of unproductive consumers. Unproductive consumers means unskilled labor, non-working population, 0 to 14 years population. So those are called unproductive consumers. So those consumers are not productive. Those are unproductive. And social problems. Social problems also most important criteria of our population burden. So this is also one of the major problem. And more pressure on land. So highest population leads to more pressure on land, but land resources are very limited. Population increases continuously, but land not increases at the same time. So land resources are very limited. So resources are limited, wants are unlimited. This is the basic phenomenon. But most of the people growing process almost all continuously increase, but land not increased. Lands are limited and limited resources. This leads to more pressure on land. And impact on maternity welfare. Maternity welfare means mother-child welfare. Mother-child faces so many problems due to lack of health and hospital facilities and nutritious food, etc. And more pressure on environment. So many people living in limited spaces and areas, that leads to more pollution, that leads to more complications to environment. That is called pressure on environment. So, and I am also sharing some handwritten scripts to screen sharing students. Now I am going to another screen sharing. That means 1 minute. We will try to sharing. So these scripts are helpful to our material. So demographic features to PDF. I share PDF documents, and also these are the documents I share. What are the demographic features, size, growth rate of population of India, and birth, death rate, infant mortality rates, the sex ratio, age composition, and demographic features. This is also important to add to your topic. This is PDF script of my topic: demographic features, size, and growth rate of population in India, and birth, death, and infant mortality rates, the sex ratio, age composition, and demographic dividend. So age composition, that means age composition means working age population. So these are also helpful to population projections of our country. So these topics also one of the part of demographic features of India. So everybody should follow this PDF script and write PPT slides. So the topic mainly concentration on demographic features, growth trends, and demographic related population, size, composition, and implications of on our economy. This is the topic is related to only population trends and projections of our Indian economy. So before I am going to conclude this topic, mainly we are concentration on what about our latest population trends. This is the most important. Everybody should follow the latest population trends. So latest population trends in the sense latest data, and everybody should follow latest data and latest population projections released by UNDP and our government of India projections. These are helpful to population trends. What about our population trend now in India from year to year? Now we are following 2011 population census data. The coming census 2020-21 process stopped due to present corona pandemic situation. Then in 2021 and 22, we are acquire new population data and other projections. So and we follow the latest trends also. So this is the topic I am conclude this session. So we will meet again on another topic of Indian economy unit 1. Third topic. This is my second topic. I am concluded. Then we will meet again with the topic 3 in my third video. Okay. Thanks to all. Okay. No.